Hey, it's George G from LifeBlood. Just wanted to take a quick moment to share with you something that's been on my mind. And if it's been on my mind, it's potentially been on your mind. I guess we'll find out. Wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it just be wonderful if people just did their job? If everybody just did what they said that they were going to do, and companies did what they said that they were going to do, and they followed through on things, and people were true to their word and what they said that they were going to do, again, they just did. That would be awesome. And of course, if we lived in an ideal world, there would be ideal scenarios and situations and outcomes. But because we do not live in an ideal world, that is not how it goes. So we must trust but verify. So everybody that I interact with, all of my friends, my business partners, customers of mine, people that help me with my kids, products that I use and buy, food that I eat, all these things, I'm assuming that everything is going the way that it's supposed to. But I'm often reminded that I need to trust but verify. So take a step back. One of the challenges of modern living is that we're so busy, and we want to be able to just coast on things and trust that things are happening the way that we expect them to. But sometimes we fall asleep at the wheel, and then we find that things are not the way that they really seem. So this has happened to me now recently in four different things. Four different things have come up. And thankfully, they've been pretty minor, but that's kind of the whole point of things, is that if this is going on, then what else is going on? And it's a microcosm. For my examples, which I'm going to share with you in just a second, are also are a microcosm for, I think, a lot of the broader issues going on in society. When we're questioning so many different things, it's almost like we've woken up to things and said, okay, wait a minute, that's going on? How is that going on? How is that okay? And the answer is, it's not okay. And with a lot of things, we have just let things go. We've fallen asleep at the wheel and not questioned. We've put too much trust in other people and institutions and companies, and we've not taken the time to verify that what we expect or what we thought or assumed was going on was actually going on. So we need to trust but verify. So for me, some really, really simple things. I've been on a low sugar diet, kind of a low carb, low sugar diet. I'm reticent to say that I'm doing a keto diet or something like that because I don't know that it's necessarily true. I'm just trying to reduce carbs and sugar. So anyway, and I was assuming that a couple of the products, one was an electrolyte drink and one was a protein bar, that they were low in sugar. And silly me. You look at the label on the thing and there's a ton of sugar, and on the protein bars there was a good amount of carbohydrates. So I messed up. I was assuming that there was not a ton of extra sugar in these products, but it turns out that there were. So whenever you're putting it in your mouth, just double check, trust that they're good products, but verify that what you're eating is in fact what you think that you're eating. I canceled a couple of subscriptions because we all know that in the new subscriber economy, recurring revenue model, we being the recurring revenue model, that people want us to just be giving them $10 a month, $20 a month, whatever it might be, and that's death by $10 a month or $20 a month. And there were a couple times recently that I had canceled subscriptions. I'd gone through all the steps that I was told it would take to cancel subscriptions, but they were still charging me. And that had gone on for a couple of months. And so having to go back and retrace my steps on all of that, it's a real pain in the neck. So again, shame on me. I thought that I had done everything that I was supposed to do to cancel these subscriptions, but turns out they were still taking the money out of my account. So yet another example. Now, going from some products that I was eating to a product that I was using and I canceled to my kids' school. This is a bigger one. Fortunately, it's not that big of a deal, but there was just a daily practice going on where my kid would come out and he'd have this sheet of paper with sort of a daily evaluation. It's like, he did awesome or he did terrible today. And I was assuming that all the kids in school were getting this. Turns out, no. Turns out it was just a group of the kids. Now, this may mean that my kid's a pain in the butt and he's a handful, which would be appropriate because I am both a pain in the butt and a handful. But my wife and I certainly did not think and do not think that that's appropriate to be doing an evaluation for just certain kids in class, because he was being handed the sheet and he would then hand it to me. And I think if you're going to do something like that, then you should be doing it for the whole class or for nobody in the class. And we can have another conversation about that at some point if you'd like, and we can debate the merits of singling out groups of 5-year-olds one way or another, but we probably won't. So, but again, I was assuming that this was happening for everybody, for all the kids. Turns out I was wrong. So, trusting that they're doing a great job at school, but verifying, is this practice across the board? And then doesn't that make you think, what else is going on that maybe I should be paying closer attention to? And that is the whole point of this, of what I wanted to share with you, is that what else is going on that I need to be made aware of? What else is going on that I need to pay closer attention to? Because it is incumbent on you and I to start paying closer attention to everything that's going on, to make sure that the people that we're putting our faith and our trust in are actually following through and doing the things that we have given, that the reasons why that we've placed our faith and our trust in these individuals, these institutions, these companies, whatever it might be. So, trust but verify. Be careful of making assumptions about things and assuming that things are doing, that people, that institutions, that companies are doing the things that they say that they're doing. But again, just verifying, making sure that they're doing the things that they're saying that they're doing. So that is all. That's what I wanted to share with you. Some personal experiences on how I fell asleep at the wheel and how it is a very, very human thing to do because we're all very busy. We've got a lot going on, but it's just super important to make sure that we're paying close attention, especially to, well, for all of it. It's, certainly the foods that I'm putting in my body are extremely important. Certainly making sure that our financial matters, that we're on top of that. And then obviously with our children and our families and our communities and things like that, that's the most important stuff. So trust but verify.